Hi, I want to share with you as of today, June 24, the 4 ways that I know of to turn image into a video. All of them, they have their pros and cons. And the first one, which is quite interesting, is the stable video diffusion, which is here. Quite good. It's almost a year old. The only little thing is that it limits to 14 or 24 frames. Two of them. One is Stable Video Diffusion and Stable Video Diffusion XT. This one is limited to 14 frames, while the other is 25. So but it's good because it has their own Comfy UI workflow. So it's pretty easy. You just load it here. It has its own model. You can define the width and height, and here you can see the maximum 24, and it generates these videos. It's quite nice because it's image to video, so you don't need to put the prompt, and it generates somehow related. You can control the amount of motion that you want with this value here. So it's 127, 150, 170. If you go for 160, let's say, and we run it again, we would have a more exaggerated motion. Maybe it's more zoom or more moving. It's quite fast also. And as you can see now, when we put this motion bucket at 160, we see that it's a bit more shaky, right? It adds more motion. The other option that we have is using Stable Diffusion, which any model that you want, and then using the IPadapters, image prompt adapter, so to use an image as the prompt, and then use the AnimateDiff to generate the frames. Okay, that's the IPadapters, which basically it can take the contents of one image or multiple images and then use them as compute the contents of these images and then use them to generate the new image. In this case, we use this, but without generating the image, we jump to the video generation directly using this one, AnimateDiff, right? That is capable to make this initially 16 frames of images, and it can generate motion. These things are quite controllable because you can use a LoRa also to say, okay, I want to zoom, I want to pan, so you could kind of slightly art direct your shots here. So here I have it, this one here. The only thing is that the content of the image changed quite a lot. Here we have the input image, which is this one, and then it goes through the AnimateDiff, which is this model that it has these parameters. In this case, I'm using an LCM, so it's quite with very few steps can get the image. And then I use the IP adapter, the image prompt adapter, which in this case I'm using the plus to have like a high strength, and you need to tweak it a bit, right? So here I say, okay, I want to start at the beginning, but stop at 0.4. So the AnimateDiff can have some effect. Otherwise, if you have it at 0 and 1, and it's gonna always use the same image, so you will not have that much motion. Okay, so that's the second method, and it generates. I like those very, very much for the kind of images. One thing with this AnimateDiff is that every 16 frames kind of changes. So for the long videos or longer videos, you have kind of these beats, no, and these blurry transitions from one to another. So it's a bit obvious, not nice. But the good thing of these two methods is that they are local. They can run on your computer. So for testing and for making things, it's good because it allows you to iterate and do things quite fast. The other two methods, which is using Runway, the Gen 2, and also the newly released LumaLabs DreamMachine. Those are very nice. The results are very good, but those are services that run in the cloud. It costs money. So this means that every time you use your brush, it's like passing your credit card. No, so the exploration is expensive. And especially with this model that you really never know what you're gonna get. So it's a bit like a slot machine that also you are paying. This one, the Runway Gen 2, that also you can use it, which is quite amazing, the quality of outputs. Here we input the image. The good thing is that you can input the image, you don't need to add any textual prompt, and that's the kind of video that you get. It's very smooth, and it respects a lot the input image on texture and colors and tone. And also you can go up to 16 seconds at 24 frames per second. So it's you can create dense content on this. Okay, and the last one is the Luma Labs Dream Machine, which I have it here. It's quite amazing the quality of motion that it generates, all the details, and also not only the character, but also the background and the textures, and the consistency over the whole videos. So here I did the same. I input the same image, and it generates this kind of videos, which we can see this zooming in, but you can see the details and how it respects the source image. And it made two videos. This one is a bit more panning, but also we see some consistency on the shadows, on the flash. It's very, very, very promising. Those are the four methods that I know of as of today: the stable video diffusion and the AnimateDiff, which can run locally, which is very nice, and then the other two cloud services, which is Runway and Luma Labs Dream Machine. So okay, I hope you like it and enjoy this image to video experiments. Ciao.